Her rented child? I don't think it's her child. I don't think it's hers.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's it was a surrogate, so we didn't have the usual evidence of pregnancy that usually comes with this. But
the thing is, I just can't believe I can't believe it. I feel it is rare in the history that Amber Heard would try and hide anything that's going on in her life. She needs to be front and center. She needs to be on the front page of everything. So for her to have a child on the way, something tells me she would want that. So all of a sudden, this magical child shows up. I don't know. It's Amber. Well, I don't listen to anything she says.
Lots of magical things happen with Amber, like with evidence and with all kinds of things are magical with her. And I think, of course, it's speculation to say that we don't think it's hers. But I mean,
that's just my
at this point, right? And at this point, she's not given us any reason to trust her, really, in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the whole attention, that's one thing. But she's not really a maternal kind of person. Now I know people can change and all of those sort of things, but what we've seen on display from her is not someone who's can really genuinely care about anybody else except herself. So I don't know. I just find it very suspect that she had a baby just appeared out of nowhere all of a sudden.
Honestly, she could have birthed it, and I still would have questioned her. Like, we could have seen her getting bigger and bigger as the months go on, and I still would have been questioning it.
It is true. I mean, there's talk of sympathy babies with regard to trials, and that's a thing that has come up recently because Elizabeth Holmes, who was tried, also had a baby during the process of, and that was one of the reasons why they had a delay in her criminal case, was that she had a baby, and it's very, very, very interesting.
I had no idea. Oh
yes.
Oh, that poor child.
Yes, agreed. And I mean, she did get married in the process too. Like, so she married some wealthy Silicon Valley guy who's very well connected, which is just that is just so interesting to me. But so that and then having a baby in that whole process definitely smelled like sympathy baby, because who wants to throw a new mom into prison, right?
Right.
You want to be that juror.
And yes, I do actually at this moment. Yes.
but from memory, around the time that the baby announcement happened or whatever, like it wasn't too far from the charity information coming out, and all of more of these things being exposed about her coming out, and she's like, oh baby, look at the baby. So I'm just so critical. I'm just so critical of everything that she does, and she hasn't given, like I said, any reason for me to trust her whatsoever. Like, even the little things, the tiny things, where she's like, hey, look at me, Instagram post, I'm in Madrid, and she's in somewhere completely different. Like, in the photo, it can be proven that she's somewhere else. And she's like, look at me in Madrid. I was like, why? Why are you doing this? Like, at this point, haven't you had enough issues with photos? I mean, come on, please. You've had enough issues. Oh, so silly.
She's just trying to show that she's just generally confused about photos. It's not that she's trying to abuse the process. She's just confused, okay?
I love
She doesn't know how it works.
I don't know how these camera things work. I don't know how travel works.
How does time work?
Yeah, exactly. How does one know where one is at any one time in history?